Our next lesson is lesson 57, finding the least common multiple. The least common multiple, sometimes abbreviated or oftentimes abbreviated LCM. So what is the least common multiple of 24 and 36? How do we go about finding this? Well, we get the prime factors of each, and then we take the most of each prime factor. Okay, so let's get the prime factors of 24. Well, that would be 2 and 12, and then 12 has the factors of, say, 3 and 4, and then 4 has 2 and 2. And now 36, we could get that as 6 and 6. We could do this as 2 and 3, and 6, this 6 would be the same thing, 2 and 3. So what are all our prime factors? Well, we have prime factors of 2, and we have a prime factor of 3. Okay, so we need to multiply that. But how many 2? What's the most 2's that I have in any of the numbers? Well, let's see. I have 1, 2, 3 2's here. I only have 2 here in 36. So I need 3 2's. So I cube the 2. And the most 3's I have 1 3 in 24. But I have 2 3's in 36. So I need to square the 3. So 2 cubed is 8, and 3 squared is 9. So the least common multiple of 24 and 36 is the product 72. How would I find the least common multiple of 10a squared c to the 4th and 15a cubed c cubed? Well, first of all, we get the prime factors of each, and then the most of each prime factor, just like we did in the first problem. 10, we could do 2 and 5. A squared, we could do a and a. And c to the 4th, I think we could get 4 c's. And then 15 would be what? 3 and 5. A cubed would be, we're sort of running out of room here. A, and a. And then c cubed would be what? C, and c, if we wanted to do them kind of horizontally like that. So we take the most of each prime factor. Well, what are the prime factors? Well, I have a 2. So we have a 2. We have a 3. We have a 5. We have an A. And we have a C. What's the most 2's I have in any of the numbers? The prime factors of the numbers. Well, I have 1, 2 here. I have none here, but the most 2's I have is 1, so it'd be 2 to the first power. Okay, 3 was a prime factor. The most 3's I have is 1, so it would be 3 to the first power. And I have a 5 here and a 5 here, but the most 5's I have is 1, so I'd have 5 to the first power. What about A? I have 2 A's here, but I have 3 here, so I need A cubed. And C's, I have 4 here and 3 there. The most I have is 4, so we're ready to do some multiplication here. Let's do 2 times 5 is 10, and then 10 times 3 is 30. A cubed c to the 4th. And that would be the least common multiple of these two numbers right here. Okay, let's get the least common multiple of 3 monomials. Okay, so we have, let's get the prime factors again. We get 2 and 3. We get P and P. We get S and S. We get 2, M and M, S and S. And let's see, this would be 2, 2 and 2, M, M and M, and P. Okay, so our prime factors are, we have a 2, we have a 3, and I believe that's all the numerical factors. We have a P, we have an S, and we have an M. Is that all? Let's see, we got P's and S's, we got M and S, M and S, M and P, M and P. We have, there are all of them. What's the most 2's I have? Well, I have a 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, but I have 3 2's here, so we need a cube right there. Okay, we have 1, 3, that's all the 3's, so the most 3's I have is 1. P's, I have 2 here, 1 there, the most I have is 2. S's, I have 2 here, 2 there, the most I have is 2. And m's, the most m's I have 2 here and 3 there, so the most m's I have is 3. So we're ready to do some multiplication. 2 cubed is 8. 8 times 3, I believe, is 24. P squared, S squared, M cubed. That would be the least common multiple of these 3 monomials. What about the least common multiple of these 2 binomials? Well, what are the prime factors? Well, there is only one prime factor here, 3x plus 1. The x is not a prime factor of the entire expression there, so the prime factor is 3x plus 1. The prime factor here is 2x plus 9. So what are all of our prime factors? Well, I have 3x plus 1, and I have 2x plus 9. Same procedure as monomials. How many 3x plus 1s did I have? What was the most I had? I had 1, so we don't really have to write the 1 there. And I have 2x plus 9. I have 1 here. But now I have a binomial times a binomial, so we should multiply this out. So we do this by FOIL. Remember FOIL, F-O-I-L. F stands for first times first. I believe that would be 6x squared. Outer times outer would be 3x times 9 would be plus 27x. Inner times inner, which the I stands for, would be plus 2x. And last times last would be plus 9. We have some like terms here that we can add. So our least common multiple of these 2 binomials would be 6x squared plus 29x plus 9. Doesn't look very least common multiple-y, but that's what it is. Okay, here's our homework. Lesson 57, 1 through 9, 13 through 20, 23, 24, and then 26 through 30. And after watching the video, please email answers to problems number 8 and 29.